Hi folks, Mike Wesley here again, and we are going to cover Code.org at a very high level. So let's say you are K through 12 and you need to introduce technology. Code.org is going to be your go-to. These folks have created a system that will take you from the very basics up until advanced. Couple things. Number one, pre-reader. It starts at pre-reader. And you need to teach the kids. I always go through what your fingers are. Tell them, this is a thumb, index finger, the middle finger, ring finger, and your little finger or pinky. Go through that so they know. The mouse. Can you see them? Yes, you can see the mouse. They don't know what a mouse is. Don't expect the kids to know what a mouse. These times have changed. I found with middle school when COVID happened, more than half of the kids in my school don't have Wi-Fi at home, and there's actually a good reason for that. So if the kids had a phone, so you could go down to some store, get a free phone, and pay $25 a month for unlimited telephone and data. So $25 a month with a free device, there's no reason to have internet in the house. It's just, times are changing. Very fast. So the kids didn't have Chromebooks, kids didn't have laptops, kids didn't, they play games on their phones. And actually, I'll tell you, a lot of kids, they really don't know what the point of a website is. If you don't tell them to go to a website, they don't go to websites. They use apps. So the whole mentality is already switching. So let's take a look at Code.org. So I've signed in using Google. And let's go over here to the course catalog. And let's see. So in course, once you've signed in and you created an account as a teacher, don't sign in as a student if you're a teacher and then, hope to switch. I'm not sure, but, don't do that. So under course catalog is where you actually start to find what's important for what you are going to teach. When you sign in as a teacher, you get additional stuff. And they actually have these courses during the summers, professional development courses, which are great. So I've been teaching this. I'm not sure really. It's been 7 or 8 years, I think, in summer camps. And if it's not in your area, if you're teaching summer school, this is a wonderful thing. If you're teaching summer camps, you can make the kids love it and the parents love it. So K through 12, we have our big blocks here: computer science fundamentals. K through 5, computer science discoveries, 6 through 10, and high school computer science principles. We also have the pre-reader express down here and fundamentals. Depends upon how much time you want to allocate to this. It depends upon which lesson you want to do. There were other lessons like exploring computer science, which has now been removed. And again, with this right now, it is summer 2020. There will be something new. I don't know what's happening. In 2 weeks, I'm actually taking a course in the new CS Discoveries, and we're going to see. So they'll be modifying it for distance learning. So if your school is generally on track, you want to look here, K through 5, computer science fundamentals. And as it says, it's groups age 4 through 11. There is pre-reader. So for example, you'll have like 2 pieces of a fish or something as a puzzle, and your student will have to drag the 2 pieces together and click them together if they're in the pre-reader module. It's really pretty straightforward for you, but the kids will hold their mice upside down, sideways, all that stuff. So, they're acclimating to using a computer. They've never touched a mouse and all that good stuff. There are 6 different courses, 10 to 25 hours each. And it's optimized for grades K through 5. All this is free. Code.org is free. It has integration with Google Classroom. As I said in my prior video, I live by Google Classroom. Everything goes in there. It's not the prettiest, but it works. So I can make my assignments, and if the student says, well, I didn't know what we were supposed to do, Mr. Wesley, it's like, well, we use Google Classroom and everything's in there. Let's look in Google Classroom. So all of this integrates there, and I'll show you my dashboard. For computer science fundamentals, it's good for all the little kids, and again, there are different levels within each of these. So I have an extremely high amount of ESL kids, English is a second language. Our school is probably close to 90%. So my 6th grade class, they use computer science fundamentals. So my goal is to ensure that they have that foundation. My 7th and 8th graders I give them computer science discoveries. So 6, 7, 8 is computer science discoveries. This is where, again, I give my 7th and 8th graders, preparing them for our high schools. So our high schools, sometimes it depends on which path they have. They all have computer science. So at some point they're going to take computer science principles. So this is my progression: 6, 7, 8, and then they go there, and then I have an advanced class and they do just other different things. So that those are typically going to be either different students or certain 8th graders. So Pre-Reader Express is really wonderful. It's got cute little characters, and these are broken. Computer Science Fundamentals Express is actually broken into different modules. So you have all these different groups for how much time you want to do. So elementary school, middle school, high school. Then, now to really get things going, this is kind of a one-day activity, dance party. Dance party is fun for the little kids, middle school, and even high school. The cool thing about dance party is it's a short lesson that they can do in an hour, and I'll stretch this out to a week. And if you have the students, you give them time, gives them a chance to go through all the different music, do the activities, and there are very, very advanced things that they can do. So there are loops in there, there are things that they can discover and whatnot. Minecraft, AI for Oceans, these are like your hour of code, but you can get more out of them if needed. So computer science discoveries. Let's take a look at this one. This is what I'm working with. They're all like this. So again, you need to pick through here and find what you want. They're broken into units, problem solving and computing. So again, this is not all about coding. Problem solving, one of the first lessons is what is a computer, and you go through all that good stuff, and then you have another web development section. This is the one a lot of teachers feel most comfortable with. Now again, we need to teach this. The kids are really starting not to understand this, and I'm going to talk to some people. In my opinion, the challenge with web development is there's a big portion of it, not all of it. They need to know this stuff. They need to know what markup languages are. The challenge with it is that the student needs to make a personal website, and that goes completely against data and society down here. You don't want to make a personal website. You don't want to tell too much about yourself. We already know about data and stuff like that. So, but the web development, this is where some teachers will put quite a bit of time in there. Animation and games, this one's fun. I spend a lot of time in there, depending upon the level of your students and their math abilities. They can go really, really far and in depth in here, or you can really, really lose your students. So animation and games is great. And notice the assign sections button and go to unit. We have that. So let's design, process, data, society, and there's some other stuff. So when you take it, so when you start teaching this stuff, here's your lesson plan. I've gone really long, 8 minutes. I'm going to show you the lesson plan for the first one, and it's all laid out for you. And each one is supposed to be a day, but you can go one or more days with certain ones, depends upon. Programming for entertainment. This is, gives you the overview. Students are asked to consider the problems. Purpose, kickoff, blah, blah, blah. We have a warm-up, and we have some links. We have the exemplar here. We have our activity guide here. Let's see. So we can print this, handout for the student, or you can make a Google form. I will be making a lot of Google forms. Activity, they're going to sit down and fill out their forms and stuff. And everything is detailed here for you, step by step by step. This is what you get as a teacher. They give you everything in a wrap up here. Display, show either as a whole class or let the students explore independently the example program. So you go through. This is the entirety of Code.org. It's all this pattern, this formula, which is really wonderful. So pick your grades, think about it. Chromebook or tablet will work with these. They can work together. the students being they, and it's really, really wonderful. So that is our basic introduction to this. Again, where did we start? Back over here, course catalog. You want to start here and start picking your way through here, determine your grade. Again, if your students are not necessarily where they should be, you can look at the elementary school work. If they're a little more advanced, you can move towards the high school and explore some of these. If you just need a couple of hours, if you're just assigned to do 1 hour a week for whatever, then for 4 weeks or something, you can start taking a look here. Artificial intelligence for oceans is new. They go through and they build a game, and then they learn how to pick up garbage and what that means. Minecraft, the kids love that. And then there's some other ones, the skating with Elsa, Star Trek, and some other ones. Thank you. Bye bye.